Good morning once again, and thank you for keeping it right here in Sunrise at Sea. Welcome back from a day in the spa with Priva Elibaz, and you're just in time for our views, where we have real life conversations and discussions. Now today, I have a very interesting topic that I came up about, and why I came up with this particular topic is that very many times we wake up every morning, we go out, we drink, we party, we see friends, we travel, but you do not have a purpose in life. You do not have a reason as to why you are living, and that is what we are going to be discussing: how to find your purpose in life. And joining me at the center of this discussion to my far left is none other than Apollo Sarah, Priva Elibaz, as well as Agi Owase. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How do you feel this morning? It's a Monday.
It's eyes on the prize.
The answer, the mere fact that it is a Monday, it already shows how you're feeling. Well, anyway,
Monday blues.
Monday blues indeed. Well, the combination of a successful career, loving family, and a strong social network may seem like a recipe for a perfect life. I mean, who doesn't want a successful career, loving family, and a strong social network? However, even those who can check each of those boxes might feel like something is missing in their lives, and that something is called their purpose in life. Now, finding your purpose is more than just a cliche or dream. So very many people were telling me, Siobhan, why are you discussing this conversation? I can't wait to hear what the ladies have to say. It's not cliche. It is a real thing that you find your purpose in life. Now, it's actually a tool for a better, happier, and healthier life that very few people attempt to use. Now, before the ladies weigh in on this, I would like to explain what does it mean to find your purpose in life. And what this basically means is to set your goals. Your life purpose consists of central motivating aims of your life, the reasons you get up in the morning. Purpose can guide your life decisions, influence behavior, shape goals, offer a sense of direction, and create meaning. Now, for some people, purpose is connected to vocation, meaningful or satisfying work. So ladies, I would like to ask, and let me ask, would you say that you have found your purpose in life, and what is it?
Oopsie daisy.
Bitter truths,
Hey.
hard questions.
That's a very heavy one, right?
I have found my purpose in life.
Okay, so what is your purpose?
My purpose in life is to spread kindness, to spread cheer, and to help people understand the meaning of their life. I think that is who I am as a person. I like to consider myself a healer. I love to embrace people and talk things out. I'm like, tell me all about it. How are you feeling today? Tell me all about it. I am here for it. And that is my purpose. And in everything that I do, I mean, I work with media, and I make that my goal, to help people understand themselves. I am all for productive, constructive conversation. Let us go to therapy. Let's talk about our problems. Let us be better people. So I found my purpose.
Interesting. Okay, how about the rest of you?
My purpose in life is to be happy. Is that cliche? No, it's not. But
No,
actually,
it's
it
not.
really is. And not just for myself, but to be happy and the people around you to be happy. I'll wake up today and I want to see my mother happy. I want to see my family happy. Like I think I thrive on happiness. I thrive on joy. And also spreading it is also it's all part of the plan. I love to see people happy. Is that is
Really?
like very self-explanatory.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
However, yes, it matters how you make other people. I mean, I cannot make everyone happy the way they would want me to make them happy. But if I can in any way try to make any person happy, to try and make them, maybe forget whatever difficulties or things they're going through in life, I would gladly do that. And trust me, every time I do that, I feel like I'm fulfilled. I feel like I have done something for the other person. And even in my heart, I always feel very fulfilled and happy. And I think that's it for me, honestly.
Okay, how about you, Priva Elibaz? Please do tell.
See, when people mention the word life purpose, it
Yes.
comes with like so much pressure. Like, it's like
Yeah.
a goal in life. You're supposed to achieve that. If you don't have that, you're not like good enough. But one thing we have to appreciate about life purposes and all that is that it doesn't happen in a day. It doesn't happen in months. It takes some time. And it's okay to find yourself wondering if you actually have a purpose in life. Maybe you're not sure. You're not sure if you like, if it's the video games, and maybe it's the thrill that you like, the competition, or if it is something else. Like, it is hard to first, pinpoint something like life purpose. But then for me, I would want to look at it as something that I wouldn't mind putting my time in. I wouldn't mind donating my time to.
You understand? Of course, minus the aspect of like, work and finding something that, makes you feel so good about yourself, makes you feel like you actually have like some sort of importance. I think it would be donating my time, giving back to people.
Okay.
I love to give back to people. Whenever I have a chance to give back, even in the smallest of ways, I'm always happy to do that. Like, I hate it when I, walk on the streets and, find like mothers with their kids begging on the streets. It's like, wow, how in the world?
Several times I've seen your reactions when you see such scenarios.
Yeah,
so
it's like,
that's
it
true.
shouldn't be that way, It shouldn't be that way. So for me, I think I'd like to donate. I'd like to give back whenever I can. That makes me happy. It feels like I've created a difference. I've made a difference to someone's, life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it comes to me, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say I have figured out my purpose at a scale of 8. I'm still trying to figure out the other 2 because I feel like still something is missing and I still need to add more value. But as of now, I will say my purpose is to always go out of my way to be involved in other people's business and to make it better. My best friend says that's not my purpose. I'm just being nosy. But I don't think I'm being nosy.
Yeah.
I like to get to actually know what is going on in other people's lives and how best I can actually impact on them. Now, my next question would be, and Priva, you highlighted on it because you said when it comes to purposeful living, what is your purpose in life? It comes with something very hectic. It comes with lots of pressure. So would you say that pressures of life are causing people to lose sight of their purpose? And I have a video that I would like us to take a look at, and then later on we'll be weighing in on this particular conversation. This particular video is from Jay Shetty, and he's a motivational speaker. Please take a look.
People say you can't change your career at 30, that's when you're meant to be settling down. You can't change your career at 35, you should have had it figured out by then. Oh my God, you're not married at 38? What the hell are you doing with your life? Who comes up with this stuff? I have no idea. But this stuff plagues so many people that I speak to. So many people open up to me and say, Jay, I just don't know how to change. Is it possible? What do you think this guy was before he became who he is? He used to be a PE teacher. Right? Sports teacher at a high school. How about her? She was a telemarketer for 2 weeks. How about her? She applied to be a funeral director. It's incredible. What happens in society is that we're clouded by the noise of family expectations, the noise of our parents, the noise of our brothers and sisters' expectations. I grew up in a family where you could either be a doctor, a lawyer, or a failure, right? Those were my 3 options. Anything else would just count me as a failure. I would have failed. So basically I failed, right? I'm standing up here in front of you all as a failure. I lived as a monk for 3 years. I committed career suicide. I turned down 2 amazing corporate job offers when I graduated from business school. I shaved my hair, I wore robes, and lived out of a gym locker for 3 years. And I did that because I thought I was going to do something meaningful, help impact the world. And it was one of the best experiences of my life. But more than becoming a monk, what that trained me to do was drop out with the rules. People told me, if you come back in 3 years, you'll never get a job. They told me, if you become a monk, people are going to think you're weird forever. No girl's ever going to talk to you. People told me, they were like, well, when you come back to real life, like, will you even be able to talk English? Like, people were just really weirded out. I'm just like, okay, I think monks speak English. And there was so much different noise that I was hearing when I made that decision. And the funny thing is, from having not been a monk for 4 years now, I'm in one of the most incredible periods of my life that I could ever have asked for. And so much of that is based on the fact that I decided to do something different. So many of the times our expectations are driving us in a certain scenario. We focus so much on life in what we want to be as opposed to who we want to be. Because we've always been told that life and jobs and careers are like boxes and containers. There's only a finite number of options. There is no formula, there is no pattern. If you know what you're passionate about, if you know what you're good at, and you invest in that. People say follow your passions, I say forget that, invest in your passion.
I like Jay Shetty because he's my favorite motivational speaker. I like to listen to him. And today is the reason as to why I actually got this particular conversation. What is your purpose in life? As you have heard from what he has said, he says very many times, our life choices or what people, the pressures around us are determined by, at 38, you're not married. At 40, you have not gotten a child. At 50, you haven't yet figured out what career you want to take. And there is just so much noise around you. So would you say that the pressures of life are making people lose sight of what actually their life should be like, or what their purpose in life should be?
Absolutely.
We are all raised to fit in a certain box. Listen, as a child, we knew what we wanted to be. Well, everyone in this world knew what they wanted to be. At least by the age of 5, you had some fantasy of who you wanted to be, and that fantasy or that person who you wanted to be was derived from innocence, from a place of sincerity, from a place of honesty, like I know myself, this is what I like and this is what I would like to do. Now the thing is that then society starts crashing down and crumbling those dreams and telling you, no, it is not good enough. It's not good enough an idea. It's not good enough a career. You're not good enough as a person for wanting to be a ninja pilot, whatever the case may be. I'm just, throwing things around here. So now society tells you, no, you're not supposed to be that. You're not supposed to be that. And now you're kind of living in the closet and you're like, I am really good at this. Like, this is what I really want to be, but it's not going to make my parents happy. My friends are going to think that I am crazy for going after that. Yeah. Or society is going to label me a certain type of way because I like this, or I want to do this, or this is who it is that I want to be. When it comes down to purpose, we are all here to serve. That is as simple as it is. We are all here to serve the next person in our different careers with our different talents. Jesus Christ, the Prophet Muhammad were all servants. They served people. That is what their purpose in life was, to bring or to add to somebody else. You could be a doctor. Your purpose, and if you really want to be that, your purpose is to treat people. Give them a second chance at life. If you are a TV host or an actor, your purpose is to entertain, to talk to people, to make people feel like they are relatable, to understand that they are not alone in this world. It just derives from how you serve. And that is actually the most fulfilling way, the most important way or easiest way for someone to feel fulfilled is when you make somebody else happy. That is your purpose. It could be with your job, it could be with gifts, it could be by just loving them. It's to give to another person. And if people would just understand, this is my purpose, this is what I do well, and what I do well, my talent, is what gives me purpose and meaning. We all know what we want. It's just that we let all the outside background noise, take us off the course of things that we want to do in life. So just stick to that. For me, I always talk back and I look back. I was playing a game on the weekend, and the question, it's a card game, it asked, have you fulfilled any of your childhood dreams? It's an important question. Yeah. That if you were to talk to your little self, your infant self who had ideas in her head that I'm going to be a supermodel, whatever the case may be, or your teenage self that had the ideas of changing the world in one way or the other. We are all here to change the world. All of us here are here to make a difference. Everyone, you are here to make a difference. Even when you think that, oh no, I'm not rich enough, I'm not even just one person. At the end of the day, at your funeral, what are people going to say about you? She changed my life. And not just because you want to get Instagram likes. You understand? But what somebody's going to honestly say, Shivan gave me this piece of advice that changed my life. That was your purpose. Shivan bought me this, and this gadget has made my life easy in this one way or that. It's about giving. So give.
I do concur with Sarah that, societal pressures really at some point, they make us lose sight of our purpose and what initially we would want, to pursue. I remember there's this gentleman, he's actually, I don't know if you've probably seen his YouTube videos, it's called Unplanned Feel Bland. I met at a radio talk show and he asked me the first question is like, are you happy doing what you do? I told him yes. And he told me, you see, I left my job in the UK that was paying me £20,000 a month. That's a lot of money. And he said, this was a lot of money. When I left, everyone was like, Phil, why are you leaving your job? Why are you headed? Why do you want to be a YouTuber? And he told me, by the time he decided to quit his job, he sat down and there is this Japanese concept. It's called Ikigai. And he said, the one thing you have to find out is what you love. Are you good at it? Does it pay you in the long run? It may not be immediate, but does it pay you in the long run? And the other thing is, does it help the world? So for him, when he sat on the table and he looked at the job that he was doing that was paying him about $20,000, while he was good at it, he did not love it. It wasn't helping the world in any way. He realized that wasn't his purpose in life. And he's about 30 years also, and he said, you know what? Let me go look and start doing what I love. He got his savings and started up a YouTube channel. It wasn't paying at the first time, but eventually it helped. It does pay eventually. But he talked about, you see, as much as I don't get the 20,000 pounds, I get less money now, but I'm a happier person because I do what I love. I'm good at it. It helps people in the long run, and I know that eventually it will pay. So he told me, I found my purpose in life when I was in my prime, 30 years, or he's about, I think, 35 years, and that question stuck in my mind. I haven't done it. I haven't sat down yet to put my ikigai things properly. But yes, according to him, and I did understand what he meant was, of course, every other day we wake up and we do things because of societal pressures. You will you will want to do this job for that pays you 20,000 pounds. For what reason? Because you want to pay your rent, you want to take care of your family. You have all these people who are depending on you. Yeah. So you find you're doing a job not because you love it, not because you're actually good at it, because you want the money that comes with that. What happens is you'll wake up in the morning, you're very stressed. You go to work, you're grumpy because you actually do not love what you're doing. So yeah, yes.
So Priva, even as you respond to this question, I know you're a mom. Now, this, as you respond to the question that I asked earlier, also I would like you to include this. Do you think that as parents, we stifle our children's purpose in life, or we determine what they should be in life or what they should look like in life?
Well, for the previous question, the earlier question, I'm going to say, of course, you know, society has had its fair share in playing a role at how people actually achieve their life purpose. But I think what we have failed to do as human beings at the end of the day is come to terms with the fact that at a certain point in life everything sucks, and we were never told that, you know. We're never told that earlier on growing up. They made us, you know, feel like everything is just going to come all together, it's going to come full circle. So the moment, why I'm saying this is that there's always going to be sacrifice, there's always going to be something that you put your time to, and that's why your purpose is actually lying in the moment. But if you constantly find yourself wondering, what am I doing with my life? What is Shivan going to think? What am I doing something to impress my parents? You're not even like focusing on the bigger picture. So for me, I think yes, society has really played a role in messing up people's life purposes, but then also us as people, we've failed to understand that one thing that we want to commit our time to. That one thing that, you know, we would do if we were put on gunpoint and we were forced to leave our house, and they're like, Shivan, you're on gunpoint. If you left this building right now, if you left your home right now, what would you be able to do the entire day? Not you just sitting on Facebook. I mean, probably we've been doing that. We've been on Instagram and Snapchat, but something that is, you know, useful. Is it reading? Is it writing? Is it you know, wanting to be something bigger in life? But then also, like, still talking about the issue of what you can handle as a person, you have to be realistic. At the end of the day, if you achieve your life purpose, you have to be realistic with the things that you do. You cannot say you want to be a lawyer when you cannot afford 80 hours a week of working non-stop. You cannot say you want to be the best entertainer, but you're not surrounding yourself with, you know, positive influence. People are going to help you get there. So for me, life purpose is it's a huge topic. It's very vast. Like, we could talk about it over and over again. But yes, much of society wants to beat down our purpose because of the pressures that surround it. As people, we have to understand what we are willing to sacrifice and actually donate our time to. Speaking on the issue of children as parents, of course, like Sarah normally says this all the time. She says, as parents, kids are your first, how would I put it? Like, they look up to you first.
They're first people.
Yes, like you're like the first role model. So parents, of course, have a huge role to play when it comes to helping their children achieve their life purpose. If you burst out in a sitting room, Shivan, and you said, Daddy, I think I'm going to be a news anchor, or I'm going to be a doctor, and they just like brushed you off or probably didn't even like applaud you, how would you feel? You're probably never going to speak on it again, ever again. I want you to ask yourself, if you sat down and asked yourself at 10 years what you wanted to do, are you still doing it now? There's a likelihood that maybe back in the day you used to love writing, you know, but 20 years later you're like, what happened?
It's something different.
Yeah, like it's something different, because back in the day, writing gave you that adrenaline, gave you that happiness, it gave you that joy. But because society looks at it as like, I mean, like writing, how are you going to make a living out of that? How are you changing the world? How are you doing this and that? So you find we're losing out, because even from the foundation, we are not being helped by our own people that surround us, the positive influence.
Okay, Sarah, just a minute. You mentioned the fact that you found your life purpose. For someone that is watching this morning, they would probably want to know, at what age in your life should you have figured out your purpose in life? Coming just from you.
For me, it has always been within me.
So you think there is no edge to it?
No, there's no edge to it. There's no edge to it. And if you find yourself in a situation where you feel like your purpose is being stifled by the people around you, you need to intentionally, and you see, again, the thing about life is you have to intentionally live life, not just live. Wake up in the morning and decide, I'm going to do the thing that makes me happy. And when you do the things that makes you happy, it makes you feel good about yourself, and you're just going to go about your life with positive energy and so much love to give that nothing is going to, make you, step back or make you angry or whatever the case may be. So it can hit you at any time, but you have to purposely live life intentionally, read up on it. Again, I keep on saying Google is your friend. Go and just ask Google, why do I feel like crap this morning? And you will get all these articles. But when you asked about parents and whatnot, yes, our parents can stifle us, but I don't want you to think that they're coming from a place where they hate you or they don't want what's best. Our parents love us, and they are scared. They are scared for us, because for them, in their world or how they grew up, they saw that what you wanted to do did not work out. So they go on to tell you that that's not going to work, and then you say, try this or something else. But it's up to you to open and have room for, negotiation, and talk to your parents and convince them that this is what I want to do. Look at so-and-so is doing it. Look at so-and-so is making it great. We're living in a world of possibility. If your child wants to be a ninja,
Ninja warrior. Well, I would say while I was growing up, I think my parents really made sure that we live intentional lives. While we were growing up, none of our parents ever asked us, what do you want to become? My dad always asked me, how would you like to impact the world? How would you want to be remembered? He never said, what do you want to become? No. He asked me, how do you plan to impact the world? But if you're watching this morning and you're trying to figure out if indeed you are living your purpose, or if you're asking, do you think I'm living a purposeful life? Well, Steve Harvey has a very interesting message. Strong words. Take a look.
Your gift is very simple to know. You don't have to go anywhere to discover it. It's not in the water. It's not on a mountaintop. It ain't hid under a rock. Now, this is how you know you're not living in your gift. If when the alarm clock goes off in the morning and you ain't happy about it, you ain't doing what you want to do. If your job makes you sick to go to, if you're unhappy with waking up to go to where you got to go, it's because you ain't living in your gift. What burns in your heart is important for you to pay attention to, because it never goes away. That's why people wake up in a rut. See, you hate waking up because you waking up and you don't know the reason. You waking up and you don't have no design in mind. Once you live in your purpose, when you discover your gift, you can't wait to wake up. Please understand, pay very close attention to the thing that makes you happy. All of you are gifted at something. The problem is, you keep wanting your gift to be what somebody else's gift is. Identify your own gift, because you already have it. Here's the way you identify your gift. Your gift is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. If you fry chicken better than everybody you know, you ought to be somewhere frying chicken.
When I watched the last part of that video, I told myself I'm very good at cooking burnt water. But anyway, ladies, what tips would you like to give the people watching in regard to how they can actually live a very purposeful life?
For me, first of all, let me tell you, very, very briefly, I quit my job in 2017 because I was not happy. And I told myself, I am not going to work again until I get into the place that I want to be. And that was on TV, and that was on radio. And here I am, and I can't wait to wake up every morning. So if you have to press pause pause, stop and think about it. Take all the time you need. Okay, some people don't have the luxury to, but while you're still doing what it is that you're doing previously, like think about it, live life intentionally and purposely. Google is your friend. It can help you. Stick to it, and please hash out all the noise from everybody who is telling you, but it's not going to pay, it's not going to work. Keep that away. Live with intention.
Okay, how
For
about
me,
you?
I would say explore your passions. Like, sit down. What do you love to do? Sarah said she had to quit a job and said until I find something that I love, and she eventually found it. And also the other one would be just surround yourself with people who inspire you, not the Debbie Downers who will tell you, no, it's not going to work. This is not for you. No, you don't look like you actually can, do a TV job. Those ones cross out of your life. And the other thing is, don't be hard on yourself. You can discover your passion at any point in life. It can be even when you're 45. It's okay. The problem is we live by societal ultimatums of you have to be married by this time, you have to have a certain job at this time, you have to have this amount of money at this time. It doesn't happen like that. Everyone has their own phase in life. So don't be hard on yourself. Take your time, surround yourself with positive people, and trust me, eventually you'll find your purpose.
Okay, and lastly, Priva?
Well, for me, just to help someone out there who is watching, if they just want to achieve their life purpose, sit down and ask yourself, if you were to be dead 1 year from now, what would you do with your life? What would you want to be remembered for? What's your legacy going to be like?
Okay.
What are people going to say about you? Not just for the sake of, I'm working to impress them, but what will you be remembered for? So if you have that in mind, it's going to probably, because I know we all fear death, man. Like, it scares us so much, but it forces you to actually think so hard about your life. What are you doing with your life? Are you making something out of it? So yeah, that's the question I'm going to leave viewers watching at home.
I feel like today's conversation has really created an impact. But before we do say goodbye, I'm going to leave you with a few tips on how to find your purpose in life. The first one is develop a growth mindset. Having a growth mindset is linked to having a sense of purpose. Constantly growing and becoming a better version of yourself helps you identify your purpose and commit to pursuing it. The next one is create a personal vision statement. Now, a personal vision statement can help you manage stress and find balance in your life. It also serves as a roadmap that will guide you toward your purpose by identifying your core values and establishing what is important to you. The third is learn to give back. Give back to society. But again, don't be mean. Giving back or prosociality, as known as psychology, can enhance your sense of meaning and purpose in life. Now, this means that when you help others, you have also in turn helped yourself. Look for ways to be of service. You might want to volunteer in your local community or donate money or even your skills. The fourth is practice gratitude. And this is something very many human beings do not want to practice. Gratitude. Learn to appreciate what you already have. Do not look at what someone else has and you also want to have it. And this is something Steve Harvey mentioned, that very many of you have very many gifts. But instead of using your gift, you want to use a gift that has been given to someone else. Yes. Practice gratitude. Well, the fifth is turn your pain into purpose. We all face struggles in life. Overcoming these challenges shapes who we become and gives us our unique strengths and perspectives. And finally, the last one is explore your passions. Your passions and interests are a good indicator of an area in your life which purpose might lie. And even before I do say goodbye, I would like to give you a bit of advice. The best way to live a purposeful life is to do, that one thing that you do without being coerced, without being forced, that right there is your purpose in life. And that winds up what we had for you this morning. Keep watching Sunrise at Sea.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on Sunrise this morning. It's a great and beautiful day. It's a Monday, definitely kick-starting the entire week. I hope you had a good time with us all the way from 7 a.m. and now we're getting to 9 a.m. Like I mentioned earlier, we're always happy to have you and to have you, join in. I'll just leave you with 4 things. One is do what you love. Make sure you are good at it. Make sure that it helps people in the long run. And also be rewarded by it. Make sure your passion pays you. That is the goal. That's the ultimate goal. Well, that is all we had for you on Sunrise at Sea this morning. But keep watching CTV and don't blink.